If you're working in the US markets or in the European Union markets, you'd have heard of the term dark pool markets. What are they? Dark pool markets are registered as alternate trading systems or alternate trading venues in different markets depending on where you're operating. They might also be called as ATS or alternative trading system. These are alternate trading venues which are registered by the SEC in the United States, that's the Securities Exchange Commission, as alternate trading venues. Alternate to what? Alternate to stock exchanges like NYSE, and they are mainly meant for bulk trades. So, is the dark pool market a part of the NYSE? No, it's not a part of the New York Stock Exchange, nor is it a part of NASDAQ. There are over 200 dark pool markets registered in the United States alone, and they are separately registered as trading venues with separate regulations for trading. Let's understand why is there a need for dark pool markets, and this is largely for the purpose of facilitating bulk trades. Bulk trades are normally trades of large value which are put into the system by institutional investors like hedge funds and mutual funds because they trade in large volumes of trade. Let's understand this in greater depth. The hedge fund puts in a block trade into the dark pool market, into the dark pool trading venue. The dark pool trading venue then finds a counterparty to this trade as a matching mechanism, and the trade is then executed by another hedge fund on the same market. So normally hedge funds also are participating in the dark pool markets because they would have to be able to execute large volume trades. Dark pool orders do not have trading entity details. So normally at the time of putting into the order into the dark pool system, there is not much knowledge. There is a large amount of anonymity about who is the counterparty to the trade. So they do not have the trading entity details. They also hide and conceal the entire volume of the trade. Imagine if you're placing an order to trade in 100,000 shares of a particular company, that would kind of distort the pricing on the hedge fund wants to break even, and therefore the dark pool orders do not have the order size, or they have part order size. So there's a lot of anonymity with regards to counterparty details, volume details, etc. on the dark pool market, and hence dark pool orders and dark pool markets are not necessarily meant for retail investors who participate in much smaller quantity of trades. The large value orders have ability to distort the market prices. If you put a value for buying a particular stock at a very high price, then the price could get even higher and you might not be able to execute at the intended price. This will happen in the case of a company wanting to buy back its own shares, or in the case of a merger or acquisition where you want to buy out a company shares in the open market. Then you have the large value orders which could distort the market prices. The large value orders also makes hidden intentions, especially in the case of a creeping acquisition or a hostile takeover. If you place large value buy orders, then it is known to the market because it's mandatory to disclose these orders in the market that you're perhaps trying to do a hostile takeover of another company, and therefore you're putting in huge value orders for buying these stocks. So it makes hidden intentions known. It distorts the prices, and hence there is a separate dark pool markets for trading in bulk trades. Dark pool markets provide anonymity at various levels. If you go through the SEC website, you can get a list of all the dark pool markets that are registered with the SEC at any point of time. The dark pool markets thus are very much favored by hedge funds and mutual funds because they're able to execute large volume trades without having to know the details. But the dark pool markets, because they are having block trades, are able to provide continuous liquidity due to the sheer volumes in which a single order can be placed. Does India have dark pool markets? No, India does not have. In India, we have separately traded segments called as block trades and bulk trades, which are available for in separate timings as well. Okay, so remember, dark pool market is only anonymity with respect to the order. Once the order is executed, the trade details will be known. In the same way, the NSE is mandated to disclose details of block trades and bulk trades that take place at separate timings on the same trading platform. These are normally off-market trades, and once they are executed, they have to be disclosed to the regulator and to the stock exchange. A block trade is a trade which is for either 5 lakh shares or more than 10 million rupee, 100 million rupees, that's 10 crore rupees. A bulk trade is for more than 0.5% of the equity. That's the distinction between block trade and bulk trade. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the content, subscribe, comment and share.